Everyone has been hurt, but what did you do with it? At some point in your life, someone has betrayed you. Someone has lied to you. Someone has walked away when you needed them most. You know that feeling, the sting of rejection, the weight of disappointment, the emptiness that follows. But here's the real question: what did you do with that pain? Did you let it crush you, or did you let it shape you? Did you fold under the weight, or did you stand taller because of it? Hurt is a language every human understands, but not everyone responds the same way. Some people let it chain them to the past, while others use it as a springboard to their future. Right now you have that choice. You can stay broken or you can rise stronger. The pain is real, but the decision about what it makes of you, that's yours. Pain isn't here to punish you, it's here to prepare you. Most people see hurt as a curse, but the truth is it's fuel. Fire in the wrong hands can destroy, but fire in your hands can forge steel. Think about it. The same heat that burns wood can harden iron. Your pain can burn you down, or it can build you up. It all depends on how you use it. The betrayal you felt, the rejection you faced, the disappointment you carry, those are not weights meant to bury you. They are weights meant to build your strength. Every tear, every sleepless night, every setback, it's raw material. It's energy waiting to be directed. If you learn to see pain not as an enemy, but as a tool, you will rise in ways you never imagined. The question is, will you use it, or will you waste it? Let me tell you something. Revenge is the cheap path. Anyone can try to get back at someone. Anyone can scream, curse, or try to make another person hurt. But that doesn't make you strong. It makes you trapped. When you chase revenge, you're still chasing them. You're still playing their game. Real power is different. Real power is when you don't chase, you don't beg, you don't explain. You rise so high they can't touch you. Imagine this. While they're talking about you, you're building. While they're hoping you fail, you're growing. Revenge ties you to their story. Power writes your own story. And the greatest regret someone can feel is watching the person they hurt become untouchable. That's not just winning, that's freedom. Don't waste energy throwing stones. Build a castle so tall they can only look up at you. Right here, right now is your turning point. No more living in the shadow of what they did to you. No more excuses about why you're stuck. No more replaying the same hurt in your mind. It's time to decide that your pain will not define you. It will refine you. Tough love moments. Stop telling yourself you can't move on. Stop waiting for someone to apologize. Stop holding your future hostage to your past. Transformation begins the moment you stop feeding the old story and start building a new one. You are not the same person who was broken. You are the person who can rise from it. This is where it all changes. This is where the new chapter begins. Let me tell you how to take hurt and turn it into unstoppable power. Revenge feels powerful in the moment. You think if you can hurt them back, you'll finally feel free. But let me tell you something, revenge doesn't free you. It chains you tighter. If you're still chasing them, who's really in control? You or them. If your days are spent plotting, replaying, and proving, you're not rising. You're stuck in their shadow. They've already taken something from you and now you're letting them take your focus too. That's not strength, that's surrender. Every time you obsess over what they did, you hand them more of your life. Stop giving them rent-free space in your head. Stop letting their name control your heartbeat. Real power isn't in chasing. Real power is in breaking free. Don't waste your fire on their game. Use it to build your own. The strongest people don't waste time reacting. They build. You don't throw stones at every dog that barks. You keep walking to the castle. Think about that. While others get distracted by noise, the builder keeps moving towards something great. You don't win by throwing your energy at every insult, every doubt, every betrayal. You win by creating something so strong, so undeniable, that it silences all the noise without a single word. Power isn't in chasing, it's in building. It's in putting your energy into skills, into health, into growth. When you're building, you don't have time to chase. When you're building, you don't have time to argue. They expect you to crumble. They expect you to waste your life watching them. Shock them by doing the opposite. Build your castle, build your strength. That's where power lives. You can't rise while you're still chained to distractions. Stop checking their social media, waiting to see if they miss you. Stop replaying conversations in your head, wishing you had said something different. Stop stalking shadows when you should be chasing your future. Every time you look back, you slow down. Every time you obsess, you give them another piece of your strength. Cut it off. Cut it out. Replace obsession with focus. Replace scrolling with training. Replace replaying the past with planning your next step. Weakness thrives on distraction. Strength thrives on clarity. If you want to become untouchable, you have to starve the habits that keep you weak. Imagine what would happen if all that wasted energy went into your grind, into your growth, into your future. That's how you turn pain into power. Stop feeding distractions. Start feeding discipline. The fire is already in you. You just have to point it in the right direction. All that anger, all that heartbreak, all that restless energy that keeps you awake at night, don't waste it. Don't bury it. Turn it into fuel. Invest it into your grind. Put it into the gym. Put it into your craft. Put it into building yourself into someone unrecognizable. The world respects strength, not excuses. Skills speak louder than revenge. Discipline speaks louder than pain. Every hour you spend sharpening yourself is another step away from who hurt you. Every day you choose growth over obsession, you win. You don't need their apology. You need your power back. You don't need their attention. You need your focus on you. Grind until the hurt fades. Grind until your future is louder than your past. That's how you turn fire into greatness. Here's the final truth. The ultimate answer to betrayal is transformation. Don't chase. Don't beg. Don't explain. Build. Build the life they thought you'd never have. Build the strength they never saw coming. Build the peace that doesn't depend on anyone else. You don't win by dragging them back. You win by leaving them behind. Don't waste another second trying to make them understand your worth. Show your worth by living it. Don't waste another breath trying to prove a point. Become the point. Don't lower yourself to their level. Rise so high they can't touch you anymore. That's the kind of revenge that doesn't fade. That's the kind of strength no one can take. Don't chase. Don't beg. Don't explain. Build. And let your life speak louder than anything you could ever say. Every storm leaves you at a crossroads. You can let pain poison you, or you can let it propel you. Bitterness is easy. It whispers to you, feeds your anger, keeps you stuck replaying the same story. But bitterness steals your strength. Better is harder. It demands you rise, rebuild, and use the pain as fuel. The truth is, you can't control what happened, but you can control what it turns you into. Some people stay broken forever because they choose bitterness. Others rise higher than anyone imagined because they chose better. And now it's your turn. Which path will you choose? Pain is pure energy. Think of it like gasoline. It can burn everything down when spilled carelessly, or it can power an engine that takes you further than you've ever gone. If you waste your energy on bitterness, you're just burning in place, destroying yourself while they move on. But if you harness it, channel it, redirect it, your pain becomes unstoppable fuel. Every tear, every sleepless night, every heartbreak can be converted into power if you choose to pour it into discipline, growth, and focus. Don't let your pain be wasted fire. Turn it into forward motion. Yes, they left you. Yes, they lied. Yes, they betrayed the trust you gave them. But the real question is, what will you do with it now? You can spend the next year replaying it in your mind, or you can use it as your launch pad. Every bit of pain you carry is untapped energy. Don't run from it. Face it. Feel it. Then redirect it into your grind. Use the heartbreak as focus fuel. Let the hurt sharpen your hunger. Let the betrayal push you into becoming stronger than ever before. What they meant to break you with, you can use to build yourself into something untouchable. Look around at the greats, athletes, entrepreneurs, creators. Most of them didn't rise because life was easy. They rose because pain lit a fire under them. Rejection fueled their persistence. Failure sharpened their skills. Heartbreak taught them hunger. Every champion has the same story. Pain tried to crush them, and they turned it into strength instead. That's the universal lesson. Everyone faces pain, but not everyone uses it. Some quit. Some grow bitter. But the champions, the legends, the unbreakable ones, they take that pain and let it drive them further than anyone thought possible. Which one will you be? Hurt is heavy, but hunger is stronger. Hunger to grow, hunger to succeed, hunger to rise beyond what broke you. When you let hunger lead, no wound can hold you down. Betrayal loses its power the moment you decide to outwork it. Heartbreak fades when your discipline takes its place. Anger burns out, but hunger builds forever. Say it till it's etched into your mind. Let hunger outwork your hurt. When you're tired, hunger will keep you moving. When you're doubting, hunger will remind you why you started. When the memory of their betrayal comes back, hunger will silence it with progress. That's how you win, not by clinging to pain, but by outworking it with hunger. They expected you to break. They expected you to complain, to stay bitter, to fall apart. But then comes the shock, the quiet discipline that transforms you day after day. No screaming, no posts online, no dramatic speeches, just work, just consistency. Just the kind of growth that can't be denied. Discipline cuts deeper than revenge because it doesn't just prove them wrong. It makes their doubts irrelevant. While they're still talking, you're already changing. And one day they'll see a version of you they never thought possible. Not because you argued, not because you fought back, but because discipline did the talking for you. Revenge is the easy option. Anyone can get angry. Anyone can waste energy plotting, posting, or talking about payback. But that doesn't make you strong. It makes you stuck. Greatness, on the other hand, is hard. It takes years of grinding, building, bleeding for your vision. That's why it's rare. That's why it stuns everyone. When you achieve it, stop wasting fire on hate. Use it to forge strength. Let discipline mold you into someone untouchable. Anger fades, but mastery lasts. You don't want to just hurt them, you want to outgrow them. So completely that they become a forgotten chapter in your story. Everyone talks, everyone says they'll prove people wrong, but talk is cheap, and it convinces no one. If you're serious, then stop announcing and start working. Stop rehearsing revenge in your head and put that energy into action. The loudest answer is not a post, not a speech, not a clapback. It's results. Results silence critics in ways words never can. You don't need to convince anyone. Just build until your success forces them to see it. Let your work be your voice. Let your growth be your argument. Stop talking. Start doing. That's how you win. Discipline beats drama. Discipline beats excuses. Discipline beats revenge. Repeat it until it becomes your code. Discipline is the great equalizer. It doesn't care about talent, luck, or who doubted you. It rewards the one who shows up every day. When anger fades, discipline remains. When people leave, discipline stays. When motivation disappears, discipline carries you through. You don't need to scream, fight, or beg. You just need discipline. It will outlast pain. It will outlast betrayal. It will outlast everything in your way. Never forget, discipline beats everything. Think of discipline as the silent assassin. It doesn't brag. It doesn't boast. It doesn't shout about what it's building. It just moves in silence, strikes with precision, and leaves everyone stunned by the results. While they mock, you build. While they doubt, you sharpen. While they rest, you rise. Success is not about noise. It's about execution. And discipline is the blade that carves you into someone unstoppable. Keep moving in silence. Keep stacking wins while no one is watching. And then one day they'll look up, and you'll already be so far ahead, they'll never catch you. That's the power of discipline. Silent, sharp, undeniable. You don't have to argue with them. You don't have to explain yourself. The sharpest response is to live so well that their doubts turn into silence. Success is the only language they can't twist, the only proof they can't deny. When you thrive, when you grow, when you rise above, every insult they threw at you becomes meaningless. The real sting isn't your words. It's watching you become untouchable without them. So don't fight for their approval. Don't waste time proving them wrong. Instead, build a life so full, so strong, so undeniable, that they choke on the very doubts they once had about you. It's easy to share quotes about strength. It's easy to talk about rising above. But words on a screen won't save you. Actions will. The world doesn't need another motivational post. It needs proof. Stop telling everyone what you're going to do and start showing them. Post results. Post progress. Post the victories you earn in silence. Success is the loudest answer, and it can't be argued with. Don't waste energy performing strength online. Go build it in reality. No one can deny results. No one can downplay progress. That's the only language doubters understand. Here's the truth. Staying stuck keeps their words alive. Every time you replay what they said, every time you sit in bitterness instead of growth, you let them win. But if you rise, if you build, if you transform, suddenly regret shifts to their side. They lose the power they once held. You either remain their proof that they were right, or you rise so high that you erase their judgment forever. The choice is in your hands. Stay small and feed their pride, or rise and feed their regret. Don't give them victory by standing still. Give them regret by moving forward. Critics throw stones, but only at things within reach. So build higher, build stronger, build a life like a skyscraper, rising so tall that their voices never reach the top floor. The higher you rise, the smaller their noise becomes. You don't argue with critics. You don't stoop down to throw stones back. You keep building brick by brick, floor by floor, until your success towers over every doubt. They can whisper at the ground level, but they'll never touch the view from the top. That's how you win, by creating something too tall, too strong, too undeniable for anyone to knock down. Win so big they whisper your name. Win so big they can't come back. That's the mission, not to chase them, not to fight them, not to beg them, but to win in such a massive way that you become a chapter they can't reopen. Success should be your wall. Growth should be your guard. Transformation should be your shield. When you win, and when you win big, you make their opinions irrelevant. You don't just silence their doubts, you erase their access. Build a life so strong that no apology, no excuse, no return could ever break through it. That's how you rise. That's how you win. You don't always need to shout. You don't always need to confront. Sometimes the loudest message is no message at all. Silence leaves them alone, with nothing to fight, nothing to answer, nothing to hold on to. That's when regret creeps in. Your absence becomes the echo they can't escape. Every room you once filled now feels hollow without you. Every word they once used against you now circles back to them. Silence isn't weakness, it's power. It denies them the attention they crave. It forces them to sit with themselves, with their choices, with their guilt. And in that stillness, they realize what they lost. Confrontation fades, arguments blur, but silence, it lingers. It cuts deeper than any insult. When someone betrays you, there are two paths. Weakness begs, pleads, explains, hoping for validation. Strength doesn't. Strength stands up, turns away, and moves forward without a word. Which one will you choose? Every time you beg, you hand them your power. You give them control over your worth. But when you move on with dignity, you reclaim it. Begging says you need them. Moving on proves you never did. Weakness ties you to the past. Strength frees you for the future. Don't lower yourself to explanations or desperate words. Let your actions speak. Let your growth shout louder than your pain. True strength isn't loud. True strength is quiet, steady, unshakable, and it always moves forward. Silence is not nothing. It's a mirror. And when you give them silence, they're forced to look into it. They see their own emptiness, their own failures, their own mistakes reflected back. Words let them deflect. Arguments let them hide. But silence strips away the excuses. It confronts them with the one thing they can't avoid, themselves. Don't scream. Don't argue. Don't waste your breath. Just disappear and work. Build in silence. Rise in silence. Let your silence reflect their loss, not your pain. Because in the end, silence isn't just absence. It's exposure. And the reflection they'll see is the one thing they can never escape, their own emptying. Silence is not weakness. It's a weapon. Silence speaks. It says you no longer matter here. Silence cuts. It leaves them with nothing to fight against, nothing to control, nothing to feed on. Silence wins, because while they crave your reaction, you give them nothing but distance. That's when regret takes root. That's when they feel the weight of what they lost. Arguments fade, revenge dies, but silence, it endures. It lingers in the mind, echoing long after words are gone. Choose silence not as retreat, but as strength. Choose it as the higher ground, the proof that you've outgrown them. Remember this: you don't always win by shouting. Sometimes you win by vanishing. And that's a victory they can never undo. There is no greater revenge than reinvention. The people who doubted you, the ones who laughed, the ones who counted you out, they should not recognize the person you become. Growth so radical, so undeniable, that they can't even connect you to your past. That is the glow up. That is the punishment. Every success you achieve is a silent strike. Every step forward is proof they were wrong. Do not aim to argue with them. Do not waste your fire explaining yourself. Become so different, so powerful, so unshakable, that the memory of who you once were no longer exists in their mind. They'll ask themselves, how did I miss it? How did I not see this coming? That's the beauty. You didn't just prove them wrong. You erased their vision of you entirely. Picture this. They see you stronger. They see you thriving. They see you untouchable. That is the ultimate sting. Not your words, not your anger, but your undeniable rise. Thriving is the answer. No insult can defeat. Strength is the reply. No critic can argue with. Untouchable is the state no betrayal can reach. When you glow up, you're not simply living. You're demonstrating. Every step you take upward is a reminder of their mistake. Every new level you reach is a mirror of their doubt. You don't chase them, you don't explain. You shine so brightly that their shadow no longer matters. The past becomes irrelevant because your present is too radiant to ignore. And that's when they realize the version of you they tried to break is gone forever. A snake does not cling to its old skin. It sheds it because survival demands renewal. You must do the same. Shed weakness, shed fear, shed the smallness they tried to trap you in. To grow is to shed. To transform is to leave behind everything that no longer serves you. Your new self cannot carry your old excuses. Your new strength cannot live under old doubts. The question is simple. Will you cling to weakness or will you shed it? Growth is uncomfortable. Shedding is painful. But staying the same, that is the true death. Every day you hold on to what's holding you back. You delay the person you were meant to become. Step out of the old skin. Step into the power waiting beneath. The world doesn't need who you were. It needs who you can be. Shock them. Shock them with your discipline. Shock them with your success. Shock them with the life you build. Let the person you become be the answer they never expected. Doubters feed on the idea that you'll stay the same, that you'll never rise, never grow, never escape. Prove them wrong by becoming unrecognizable. Reinvention is your weapon. Transformation is your strike. Every achievement, every milestone, every victory will speak louder than any confrontation ever could. Don't waste time plotting revenge. Live in such a way that your very existence stuns them into silence. While they laugh, you build. While they rest, you rise. And one day, without warning, you'll stand before them as someone they never imagined possible. Not bitter, not broken, but unstoppable. In that moment, that shock is the sweetest victory of all. Revenge feels sharp in the moment, but it fades quickly. Purpose, however, endures. Ask yourself, do you want regret for a moment or remembrance forever? Pain can either anchor you to the past or push you towards something greater. When you rise above the urge to strike back, you aim higher than anger. You shift from being controlled by hurt to being guided by vision. The real victory is not in proving them wrong, but in proving yourself right, by becoming someone who refuses to be defined by betrayal. Revenge scratches an itch, but purpose builds a life, and that life, lived fully, will be the answer they can never escape. The betrayal hurt, the loss cut deep, but here is your chance. Use that pain as fuel, not fire that burns everything down. Build something that outlives the hurt. Build a career so strong, a family so loving, values so unshakable, that no wound can erase them. Don't just rise for yourself. Rise for what you will leave behind. Hurt is temporary, but what you create with it can last generations. Pour your energy into creation, not destruction. Turn the pain into focus, the anger into ambition, the heartbreak into legacy. When people look back, they won't remember the betrayal. They'll remember what you built from it. That's the mark of greatness. Not reacting to pain, but transforming it into something unbreakable. Revenge burns hot, but the fire dies. Legacy is different. It echoes. A single act of revenge satisfies you for a moment. But what happens the next day? The pain returns. The emptiness lingers. Legacy, however, continues speaking long after you're gone. It's the echo in the hearts of those you inspire. The ripple that moves through lives you'll never even meet. Think of the difference. A sharp, bitter strike versus a lasting, undeniable presence. Which one do you truly want? Revenge ties you to the person who hurt you. Legacy frees you to rise above them forever. Don't waste yourself on quick victories. Aim for echoes that never stop.